How's it going, everybody? I'm the BTC Reaper. My goal in this chance to teach you how to reap the rewards of trading when the price is going up or down. Rep Top Member claims Democrats support his CBDC but can't say it publicly. Republican House Majority Whip Tom Emmer said on Monday that his CBDC Anti-Surveillance State Act has gained significant traction among lawmakers, including some that haven't stepped forward publicly. The legislation would prohibit the Federal Reserve from issuing a CBDC to Americans or using the technology to shape any monetary policy. It will also make the U.S. Central Bank subject to greater oversight when studying or piloting the digital dollar. The bill initially had 9 co-sponsors, and we have grown by 14 members to have 23 co-sponsors on this bill. All of them are Republicans that are able to say, hey, we support this. And Emmer also said that I believe we have significant support on the other side of the aisle as well, even though right now they cannot be public with support because the administration is not necessarily favorable. So we have growing support on both sides. There's just people that are afraid to say they support it on the Democrat side just because of the current administration. Bitcoin transaction fees surpassed block rewards for the first time since 2017. For the first time since 2017, transaction fees to single blocks surpassed the block rewards doled out to miners. This spike in fees has thrown a curveball to users. This block shows that it's benefiting the miners, so that's good for our network as it's showing that the miners have a way of income and possibly can have some income in the future when the mining rewards are gone. However, this is causing a lot of congestion that could be issues if we want this to be a financial chain. There's been lots of demand recently pushing the average fee up to $19. So we went from a few dollars fees to $7 last night to $19 today. So that's a very quick jump. Bitcoin drops by more than 5% as CPI report is coming out on Wednesday. So this one's going to be quick as well as the next one. Bitcoin dropped sharply Monday as traders sold off risk assets ahead of April. It has taken the rest of the market with it, obviously because Bitcoin leads all the altcoins, and Ethereum is an altcoin. Now you might be wondering why. Well, like I said, energy prices have risen during last month, and I said once people start turning on the air conditioners and going outside a little bit more, we'd see rising energy costs, so it's reared its head. So Bitcoin dominance has taken a nosedive off the cliff here. Not too bad compared to how Bitcoin actually looks. Stochastic's running down, RSI's heading down, money flow's kind of going flat, momentum's coming out, and our VWAP is falling into the bearish territory. So we're not looking too strong here. We could easily come back down. A support level for our dominance would probably be that 47.5 area that we've mentioned before. Over on our altcoins, we are pushing away, so this is suggesting that all our money is going from Bitcoin and altcoins into stablecoins, and people may wait out until Wednesday to see what's going on. Stochastic's falling down rather aggressively, RSI is starting to follow, our money flow is struggling to keep any trend above a 5, our VWAP's falling very aggressively, and our momentum is falling very aggressively as well. But our momentum's pretty close to oversold, so usually it doesn't stay there for too long, so we may get a little bit of a bump up, and then maybe it'll drop back down. So over on Bitcoin, we did finally break this support level that we've had for some time. We broke our point of control on our volume profile here. Our stochastic is heading down very sharply, RSI is falling. Money flow's gone flat right about a 10, so decent area, but it has gone flat, so it could lose momentum here. Momentum's rolling over, VWAP's falling pretty aggressively, so everything's looking like the world's gonna end for us. Over on the 4 hour, we are trying to push up on our RSI. Our stochastic's been beat down and trying to run up currently. Momentum's starting to kind of curl, could get a green dot in one of the next few candles if we continue some bullish momentum. Our money flow is trying to head back up, so our money flow isn't bearish on the daily, but if this 4 hour keeps in this territory, it could leak over. Over on the 2 hour, our RSI is kind of rolling over. Stochastic's trying to run up though, so if that stochastic can break above this 30 zone, our RSI might be able to break above as well. Our money flow is pretty flat, but we are slightly falling at about 6. Momentum's setting up some bullish divergences, so momentum setting up higher lows as price is coming down. You'll see that a little better on the 1 hour, as we've been setting it up for pretty much since we broke down. Stochastic's starting to roll over here on the 1 hour though. RSI is starting to roll over. VWAP's starting to roll over. Money flow is rejecting, trying to come up pretty good, so that's not too good. So our momentum might get another curl here. So even though we have these bullish divergences, that doesn't necessarily mean we're going to go to the moon. We might come up to this support level and then we could reject away from our golden pocket. We're going to kind of talk about the probabilities right here on our futures. So over on futures, we've come down, hit the bottom of our zone, and bounced off pretty perfectly. We have this gap up here, and we have a gap at 20k. So you might be wondering, which gap do you think we're going to fill? That's a pretty tough call to make right now. We could come back up, bounce off this area, and fill this higher gap and keep running due to the banking issues we covered last night. Because of those banking issues, if we don't manage to break down support, then it would be possible that we could be set up for a terrible bear market after the bull run then. Because usually all gaps fill, and if we don't fill it during this run, we may fill it during next run. So over on graph, we have pretty much taken our full measured move from our channel finally. Only took like a week of breaking down. Stochastic's running down, RSI is falling, momentum, money flow is trying to come up, so even though we're falling, money is coming in. Our VWAP is heading away, Stochastic's heading away, looks like it could get a bit of a dot and a curl soon, so watch out for that. This would be a pretty good spot for a bit of a bounce or like a dollar cost average zone. Not financial advice, but that's what I would do if I was averaging in. So our RSI is starting to kind of bounce around here, trying to head up. Stochastic wants to head up, but it's starting to curl away. Money flow is well into the bearish territory. Momentum's well into the bearish territory. We had a double green dot that got validated by a red dot, so that could drag us lower. And we may just kind of go sideways here, as we can't really go lower since we're pretty oversold. I haven't seen a momentum wave go lower than this. So if we do go lower, that'd be pretty shocking, but nonetheless. Oh, shoot. That was on the 4 hour. On the 2 hour, our money flow is trying to inch up. Not very successfully, though. Momentum wants to get a green dot that could help push us up. So if this does confirm and keep going forward, we may invalidate that 4 hour red dot. So that is good for us. VWAP's trying to run up. Stochastic's running up. RSI is trying to run up. We're right around that 30. So if we can get a little bit higher and keep going, that'll give the bulls control on this lower time frame, our medium time frame, and then we could possibly see it bleed into the medium higher time frames. Over on the 1 hour, Stochastic's starting to roll over, RSI is pointing down, VWAP's starting to round off. Our money flow is pretty flat under that neutral zone, so it can't break bullish and gain some momentum. A momentum wave wants to come up with a bullish divergence, however it looks like it's starting to curl away here. So be careful of that. Over on Anchor, we have hit our value area low that I've been warning about since we broke this value area low. Our RSI is heading down, Stochastic's starting to round off, VWAP's gone pretty flat, our money flow's gone pretty flat, our VWAP's coming out pretty aggressively. Our Stochastic's starting to fall pretty hard, but we could round here. This would be a pretty decent area that you would see a spike up, and if we do get a spike up, it'd probably be to this value area low here or the point of control. Over on the 4 hour, our RSI is coming down, Stochastic has a bearish cross, money flow is coming out, VWAP struggling to go bullish and keeps getting rejected. Our momentum keeps trying to round, but it keeps coming back down, so we're not looking too strong. Over on the 2 hour here, Stochastic's trying to get a bullish cross, RSI is trying to head up. Our money flow is trying to curl. VWAP's got a little bit of a baby peek into the bullish territory. Our momentum has a double green dot that's trying to push up with a bullish divergence. And over on the 1 hour, stochastic's running up, making lower highs. RSI is kind of going flat. Money flow's getting close to that neutral zone, so if we can break and hold green, that would be good. Our VWAP is struggling to keep moving. Our momentum wants to come up, but it looks like it could kind of curl away, so I'd be careful of that curling away. I just can't hit the right key today. Over on XRP, wow. I was gonna say, that's a long wait. We've got about half of our breakdown that I've been warning for the last few days. RSI is starting to fall, stochastic's starting to fall, money flow has broken into the bearish territory, so our trend is slightly bearish right now. VWAP's heading down, stochastic's heading down, momentum's heading down. Just everything's bleeding out as we break out of this flag. RSI is trying to bounce up, stochastic's trying to round up. Money flow overall is coming out pretty strongly. Our VWAP is struggling to get over that neutral zone, and our momentum keeps trying to curl up, but it keeps pushing itself back down. So our momentum wants to come up, but we keep getting suppressed. Stochastic's running up, RSI looks like it could round off, VWAP's got a little bit of bullish momentum behind it. Our money flow wants to get above this neutral zone, so we'll have to see if it can actually break above and hold. And our momentum's trying to get a double green dot with a bullish divergence. Over on the 1 hour, very similar, stochastic's trying to roll over, RSI's kinda straight. VWAP's trying to keep lugging forward. Money flow's trying to press on forward. It almost took a bit of a dip, so I'd watch out if it starts around here. And our momentum wants to come back up, but it could start to round off, kind of similar to everything else. And last but not least, Algo has pretty much broken to that third area that I warned about. So you're probably wondering where the heck our next support level, which we'd have to zoom out. So right here, our Fibonacci level covers the previous bull run. So if we break below this level, we would actually break below where we've been from the last bear market, as well as historically, for at least for KuCoin here. Or this is on Binance, sorry. And Binance has been around for quite some time, so a breakdown from there would not be too good. This is pretty close to like after ICO, so we may not see very many levels under this, but again, that doesn't mean we won't create some new ones, so just keep that in mind just in case we do have some further downside. Stochastic's pushing down, RSI is starting to push down, our VWAP is falling, money flow is somewhat flat, our momentum has a red dot and is pushing away, so we're not looking too good here. We're going to want to see some sort of a reversal if we're actually going to get some sort of momentum here. Stochastic's starting to fall, RSI wants to push up, but if that stochastic falls, that RSI is going to start to follow. Money flow is trying to curl up, but keeps overall falling out. VWAP is struggling to fall any further, so that is a little bit of hope for us, but not too much considering how everything else looks. Our momentum has a red dot that's rejecting this green dot, so we could push down even further. Very similar, bullish divergence on the 2 hours. Money flow is trying to cross bullish. We got bullish and then rejected several times. RSI is trying to head up, stochastic's trying to head up. So if this 1 hour we keep flip-flopping too. So the bears and bulls are just fighting back and forth for control. Stochastic's starting to round off, RSI's starting to round off. Momentum could get a bit of a push here as we got bullish divergence, but everything's got a bullish divergence. I am looking for a little bit of a bounce, but like I said on the futures, we may not fill that lower gap, which would take everything lower if we see all these banking issues keep pushing forward and get even worse, which is likely about to, as we're just now hitting 2008 levels and people haven't even announced a recession yet. Thank you for watching tonight's video. I hope you have a wonderful night.